This question says, each year the state school board submits a recommended budget for the funds needed for statewide education to the legislature. And what is your position on the current base state aid level, and is that appropriate? And it's your go first, Steve.
Thank you, Harry. Most of the questions that I get asked campaigning for this office are fiduciary questions. And indeed, most of the questions related to money are not going to be solved. There's a battle that's ongoing between folks in Johnson County who want to keep Johnson County money in Johnson County. And there are dire needs out west where some people farther east think that the solution is consolidation. So this actually fits with the previous question in that consolidation, in my view, should not happen in primary schools, but could happen in secondary schools. So in terms of the budget and the recommendation that the board asks the legislature for, I tell every legislator that I meet to try to do their job to control the purse strings according to Article 6 of our Constitution and leave the rest of it to the state board. In my view, there has been way too much back and forth between the distribution or separation of responsibilities. We have legislators who feel that every time they get a good idea, they have to pass a law. And admittedly, I'm straying a bit, but it's the point I want to make, that legislators feel strongly about civics. And so they say, okay, you teachers have to spend 15 minutes a week on civics. Well, where's the 15 minutes going to come from? The teachers are already overworked. Or they say, bullying, we need a law on bullying. Bullying's bad. Well, I think we can all agree that bullying is bad. I don't know that we need more laws. So the purse strings are absolutely controlled by the legislature. And no matter what we do, we're not going to please everyone. And personally, the less I have to do with the spending of your money and the more I have to do with changing teacher certification requirements so they work for poor kids, the better school board member I'm going to be.
State school board does not make the final funding decision. They make a recommendation. The legislature makes that major decision. That aside, I know Mr. Roberts just briefly spoke about the poor children and getting money to the poor children. One of the things about the curriculum and the reason for teacher certification and all of that is to provide the supporting teacher development programs, models, all those things to make their job easier. They are there to give support. We cannot, I'm just going to say that Kansas goes and understands the poor children, as he refers to. I would say they were free and reduced lunch or at-risk students rather than poor. And I think we have many programs already in place to meet the needs of these students. And that is a part of the school finance formula as it stands now. So they do receive appropriate funding. In fact, if you look at budgets in the school district, special ed students, all their needs have to be met before regular ed students. So we have to meet those mandates.